Jordano Ice, welcome to the show.
Thank you, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you for getting me. Thank you for receiving me in the show, bro.
Thanks for being here. So, you're about to go on tour because you're a musician. Are you excited?
Yeah. Oh, man. A little bit excited. It's an Indian tour. Curious about how the Indian people gonna receive me, but it's gonna be amazing.
How many shows are you playing?
Oh, 9 shows. Actually, 9 shows, 9 dates. And the show is actually an open tour. So I'm actually working on 3 other shows that I'm gonna add to the tour. And so it's just how it's gonna be.
Okay. How do you like performing? What's the feeling like on stage?
Sometimes when I'm on stage, it's a different me, and that's when the talent that's in you actually played a big role. When you're the feeling of performing is the same feeling of you being in the studio. So I don't know, it's just something. This is just a different me on stage, and I just do the work to entertain the people, and everyone is entertained and happiness around.
Right. What made you start making music in the first place?
You know, uh, Basically, I didn't really know. I just felt like it was in me. While growing up, I was just like listening to some music, and after a particular time, like around 14 years old to 15 years old, and after listening to beats, I just discovered I could rhyme. I could actually create some music, and while in my house, I was just like writing. And the first time I just went to the studio, I had a friend who had a studio beside my house, and that was when, boom, I just made my first song, Good Black, and it was just amazing. A lot of people loved it. And that was when Jordano Ice started with his music career.
What's it like being in the studio? Are there do fit for you personally? Do the ideas and the verses and the beats and all this stuff, does it usually just flow and it falls into place, or sometimes there's pitfalls and you might write this verse, be like, I don't know what really goes with it, and then it takes a lot of time to figure that out.
Actually, it's in me. Basically, if I get inspired by something, okay, I'll say, maybe I'll be writing on okay, my social battery is maybe low. I don't want to talk to people a lot because of what they do to me. So I just get inspired by that with the beat and the instrumental hits in me, and I just get into my subconscious mind and try to get into the rhyming parts and produce something that is going to rhyme and is going to actually people are going to feel related because I don't just do the music for me, but for the people who are going to listen to it. You listening to it is actually going to make you feel relate in it, and enjoy the
Right.
beats. The most important thing is making it rhyme and you enjoying it while listening to it.
Right, of course. Are there so for most of what you've created, have you put out or planning to put out, or is there a bunch of stuff that you've created and you're like, I don't really know if I'm gonna put this out?
So basically, I've released like 6 projects, and they're available on Spotify on all music platforms. My songs are available, and I'm currently working on an album of 12 songs. So it's basically that, and the album will be mine of Jordano. Actually, what is in my mind, what I want to actually display. These 12 songs are actually diverse, different cultures. I had a collaboration with different artists from different countries. I know France, Morocco, Nigeria, Liberia, India, and South Africa. Ouagadougou. A lot of countries. A lot of cultures with different artists mixing the arts to create something different, something that the world is going to actually love. People around the world are going to actually fit into it. Different countries are going to fit into it.
Right. So your tour is going to be in North India now, right?
Yeah.
And that's where you're from right now?
Yeah, basically, I'm in Delhi, not India. It's not India, so
Okay. You might not have an answer to this, but do you plan on one day doing more international tours and going to other countries?
sure. And I was actually recently talking to an event organizer in Canada. So maybe I don't know. I never wanted to disclose this, but maybe, and let's just say in December I'll be maybe planning to have a show in Canada. That's my first international performance.
Right, that would be really cool. Do you play any
Yeah,
instruments?
yeah, guitar.
When did you start
I'm a
playing guitar?
guitarist. Yeah, acoustic.
When did you start?
I can say close to a year.
Okay, how's the progress
Close to
been
a
with
year.
that?
It's been in the beginning. It was somehow difficult. You know how it is as an instrument. You sound like shit.
Yeah.
But from steps to steps, like from beat by beat, with time, with consistency, and with practice, you become better and you sound better by your own self and in front of people. That's basically you just receive this by people, like other people. When other people hear you playing, that's when you're gonna see actually if you're doing a progress. Your progress is actually going to be determined by the people listening to it because you can listen to it every day. Then yeah, but it's the people actually is gonna say, "Oh wow, you're doing some good progress," and then you can see you're actually doing a good progress.
Right. Do you play a lot of other people's music? Do you kind of make up guitar for any of your songs, or what's the process like with that?
So actually, I play on other songs, popular songs like you know, I don't actually play on my songs. That's weird to say, but mostly play on other people's songs. My favorite other people's songs. That's where I usually play, but not yet on my songs. Yeah, I'm still working to do that on my own songs, but
Right. Do you, how does the progress work with figuring out what songs to play
on the guitar or
on the guitar? Is it just like a
oh
song that you really like and you're like, I really want to learn this, or does
yeah,
someone recommend this would
yeah,
be easy to
it's just a
play?
song. No, it's just a song that I just really like, and they say, "Wow, I'm gonna play this. I just want to learn how to do this," and that's when I just start learning. And it takes me maybe 1 week, and I'm done with the song.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, I play drums myself, and I started
Yeah, I
about
saw it on I saw it on your IG. You somehow really good, so I really love it. Like last time I was listening to I was going through your feeds, and I was just like vibing with your beats, and it was just so amazing, bro.
I
Respect.
appreciate that.
For how long have you been playing?
Around, I want to say 5, 6 years now.
Yeah, that's I. That's all right, man.
Yeah, and I
That
mean,
I can call you a pro then. I can call you a pro.
I mean, I wouldn't say that, but I really appreciate that. I don't think I'm that good. But yeah, I mean, like for me, the process is kind of like, especially at the beginning, it was like, all right, I really like the song and I want to just try to be able to play it because it's another feeling. It's a feeling to listen to the music and to enjoy it, but to actually learn an instrument and play what those professionals are playing, once you accomplish that,
Yeah,
it's like it's a really great feeling and it kind of just takes you to this different realm. And of course, at first, I sucked and I did the most simple beat on the drums and I tried to learn songs like that. And so, in most, to kind of break it down a little bit, maybe you already know this, maybe you don't. So, for the drums, there's a lot of different drums. I don't have to describe them all, but the basic components for most songs is the hi hat, which is kind of like that ticking noise, the snare drum, and then the kick drum or the bass drum, right? And when I first started playing, I wasn't even like my coordination was so bad. I wasn't even able to do the kick drum. So it was a simple 4/4
yeah,
beat where I just went back and forth between the snare and the kick. But for the first few weeks,
okay.
I would only be able to do the hi hat and the snare, and it's like I think a lot of people can be discouraged at first. It's like, all right, this is really difficult, but it's like
Yeah,
pushing
it's just a
past that.
consistency.
Yeah, pushing past that is like it gets you to this place, and it's when I first started all those years ago. It's like I would look at, all right, really want to play this song one day, but it's really difficult for me right now. And then maybe 3, 4 years down the line, I started to try and learn it, and I was able to play it, and that you can really see your your consistency and through building those habits and those skills, you can see how much better you really get. It's like I dreamed of playing this song one day, and now I'm actually able to play it, and that's another feeling.
That's just something. Wow. That's
And
great. That feeling. I can understand that feeling of yours. I can understand that feeling when you finally do something you're dreaming to do. Like you feel so accomplished, and you're just happy with yourself. You're just proud of yourself. Like you're really doing something. That's just amazing. So what actually inspired you to do drums? Like drums is something like not everyone do. Not everyone is just like more interested in these. Like what actually really inspired you to actually do that?
So it was so my dad had a drum kit he played growing up, and he wouldn't play that
Okay.
often, but maybe once every few weeks he'd we had the drum kit in the basement, and he just play, and I'd hear him play, And every once in a while, he'd ask me, he'd like, Brad, do you want to try and play sometime? You want to try and learn? And I'd always be like, maybe I don't really need to do it. It's whatever. I spent most of my time playing video games and just chilling out, and I was like, I don't need to play an instrument. But one day, I think it was in like I was probably like 13 maybe. He asked me, and I was like, all right, you know what? Fine, I'll try it. Our neighbor had someone that he went to teach him drum patterns and teach him how to learn songs. And so my dad hooked me up with him, or the neighbor hooked us up with him. I started going to see him, started learning, and it's one of if not the most grateful things, or things that I'm grateful for, because being eh, like I always listened to music when I was younger, but I didn't really love it. But once I was able to play the music, the point I'm at now, I couldn't be more happier with learning. So for anyone out there, if like you're really into a certain type of music and you're like, I really want to play this, I feel like everyone has that whatever the instrument is that they're willing to play. So it's like someone might really like rock music, and someone in their heart is like, oh, if I had to pick an instrument, I'd play guitar, or I'd play drums, or I'd play bass, or I'd sing, whatever it is. And whatever that is, I mean, just do that in your spare time, because the drums have given me another level of happiness. I used to come home from school if I was in a bad mood, go on there, play the songs I enjoy, bring my mood up, develop my skills more, and it's a blessing, man.
It's a blessing, man. So actually, which type of music that are you more specialized in the drums? Which type of music, like this reggae, pop, country, and which type of music like rock?
So when I first started, I would only play like classic rock. And
Okay.
the first, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Billy Joel. He was the first artist where I started to learn his songs, and so a lot of classic rock. And at that point, I only listened to classic rock, and I actually, I'll let you know, at that time, I looked at something like pop music and rap music, and I'm like, this stuff is electronic. I can't believe people listen to this. This music sucks. But once I got more familiar with playing an instrument, I was like, like why am I hating on these other genres? And so I started listening to more pop music, listening to more rap music, and I love it now. Now, I'll play classic rock, I'll play some metal music, I'll play rap music, I'll play pop music, I'll play all not every genre ever, but most genres I'm pretty familiar with now. Some I'm better at than others, because some, like for example, some metal songs are really fast, and the classic rock songs are usually on the more simple side, but they're still really groovy. And yeah, I mean, started out with classic rock, and now I kind of evolved to most genres. And yeah, I mean, actually have a performance with my band tomorrow. We're doing a three
Wow,
hour set at a carnival, and I'm really
wow.
excited for that.
I'm so excited. Is it gonna go live so I can watch it or something?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to record some of it just so I can post it later. But I'll also try to
Right.
go live on Instagram, so hopefully people can tune in too.
Yeah, that'll be amazing. I like to watch that and see you guys rock. Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. So, but I have a question. So, for you, what do you think an independent artist or musician needs to like get to the top? What do you think is making some independent artists not actually fast moving forward in their art?
So band, we do cover songs, so we don't have our own music yet. So I can't offer like inside information on, all right, if you're an independent artist, this is how you get to the this is how you grow, right? But I mean, if
Yeah.
I looking on the outside in, I would say, I mean, I think with anything in life is being authentic and being true to you, because I think, like for example, there's a lot of rappers who sing and rap about what is in their heart and what they're really going through and all that. And then there's some people who make music that are kind of playing an image that they're not. So they're rapping about this or they're singing about this, but it has nothing to do with their reality and their life. And there's nothing wrong with that, of course. But I think if you're with anything in life, if you're being as authentic as possible and truly expressing what's in your heart, I think people pick up on that. Do you think so?
Yeah, I feel the same too. I feel the same too.
I saw on your Instagram you did the independent artist Dax. He usually does
Yeah,
on his new songs. He does like the open verse challenges, and I saw you did one of those. What a lot of people hate on his music and say he's corny or because he's independent and he's not good. I think he's incredibly creative, and he's definitely one
yeah.
of my favorite rappers. What's your opinion on him?
So Dax is one of the best, the first rappers I actually got interest in. You know, I've been listening to Dax since 2018. Yes, like since it started, like wow, I discovered Dax on YouTube. You know, while listening to random songs on YouTube, I fell on this guy and was like, wow, fire, man. I just went to his Instagram and started following the process, and I just got inspired. I got inspired. I learned a lot of things from him, as because I actually independent artist, so I learned a lot from him, and I believe that this guy gets something that actually he wants the world to know. He wants the world to believe that. And I actually admire the fact that he wants to make the independent artist know you can make it without a record label. Yeah, I also, there's also, I don't know if you're familiar with Tom McDonald.
Yes.
Yeah, so also Tom McDonald, like the same, they do the same type of, they're in the same type of independent movement. And actually, I just love him, his type of music, his mindset, the fact that he can actually transmit what he feels in his music in a more beautiful way. And I was also amazed by his 20 minutes rap. You saw his 20 minutes rap, and not
Yeah.
everyone has done that before. It was just so crazy. I was just like, what the fuck? Who the fuck is this man? Where is
Yeah.
he from? Like 20 minutes rap without non-stop. It was just so amazing. That was when I got my respect, and I just follow him. And I participated in this open challenge. I just did a video, though he hasn't really reacted to it, but I guess a lot of people have seen it and they really appreciate it. And more determined to do more, participate more in these open verse challenges to also promote his music and also promote mine.
Right. I mean, he's an incredible lyricist and super creative. Like when I listen to, like, I'm on the standpoint of like I listen to these big name artists, and I personally, of course, nothing against anyone who likes all the big names better, but I choose to listen to Dax over some of these big names because he's so diverse and so creative with his lyricism and what he talks about, and it's crazy to me how he's not even a part of a record label, and so when I see someone like him who's built millions and millions of followers and listeners over the past few years by himself without a label, not the radio, all this big name stuff, without all this, doing it by himself, I then ask myself, how many other creators, how many other lyricists, how many other rappers, how many other musicians are out here creating music that their music is spectacular. It's just since they don't have a record label, nobody hears their music.
Like, I don't know, he has been working so hard and he's got a lot of experience that I believe with time, every independent artist is going to have, for my own instance, I still believe I still have a lot to learn in the music industry and a lot to learn in the promotion and the marketing of my music. Like, I believe by following him and his platform and what he does, I'm gonna maybe uh, try to learn a little bit of something that is going to bring my music a little bit further. And that's just it. That's just what I can tell about that.
Right. And so the verse you did was on his new song, "To Be a Man." What did you think about that song as a whole?
Like that song, it was the first. He has done a lot of open verses, but that song actually touched me. He was talking about being a man. Us as men is very difficult. Like, we actually disregard it. We hardly get uh, unconditional love. Our love, the love we get is conditional. We have to do this. We have to do this to get this love. And the way he expressed not everyone talks about it in their music. The reality of what actually being a man and the way he just expressed it just moved me, and I said I have to say something about this in this open verse challenge. I have to say what I think about being a man, my own point of view of being a man. That's what I did in the open verse challenge.
Right. And I mean, yeah, that like it's else have you heard a song that like rapped about something like that? And it's just that's the type of creativity and creative expression that is just incredible, and has, because I mean, nothing against anyone who makes, drill music and stuff like that, but if you're always talking about the exact same thing as everyone else, it's, how are you really going to stand out if you're doing what everyone else is doing? But he's doing something so different, and that I mean, that's
different.
why I'd say he's gained so much of a following over such little time, is because of how unique he is and how different.
He's just so amazing, and I know Dax is gonna one day have a Grammy, and I'm very sure about that. And maybe I just give him like 4 more years, and he's gonna have the Grammy, all this major BET awards, and all this shit. I'm very sure about that. With this energy, he's just going super fast. Every song is a hit, and that's just amazing. I'm just so proud to see him because I've been following him from the beginning, and I'm just so happy to see that actually this guy is going somewhere, and it really inspires me and it pushes me to go further.
Right. What does your music have a general theme, or what is your music generally about?
So okay, my music is generally about heartbreaks. I sing mostly about heartbreaks. I sing mostly about what is actually happening in the society. Uh, that's just it. It's basically about deep thoughts about if you've listened to some of my songs like Big Guy, Toxic, Philophobia, that means Fear to Love. Broke Again means like, broken hearted again. And Why? All the songs is basically about heartbreak, about my own point of view about what is actually happening around us, the situations,
What is your message with making music about all that stuff?
So basically, I just want to create myself a voice to pass what I feel because I believe I was born with something, the ability to transmit some messages, like positive messages that are gonna impact the world and the youths positively. Pass a positive message to the youths. So that's just what I want to do. I just want to share positivity in the most proper way as possible. That's why I'm trying to create myself that voice, like that is going to actually inspire a lot of people. I'm going to create a lot of impact in people's life with actually what I transmit. Understand? So that's just it.
Right. I mean, that's the most beautiful message and the most beautiful way to go about it, because it's, there's a lot of people who are promoting negativity and all that stuff, but promoting positivity, it's like that's what the world needs more of. So props to you for doing all that.
With the way the music industry is, if you sing positively, you won't actually go far. You won't go faster or shit. You won't go faster if you sing more positivity. You won't go faster. You won't go if maybe I'm singing about positivity and you maybe you sing about negativity, about violence, about shit, you're gonna go maybe faster. I don't know. That's how the music industry is actually working right now. They promote more of negativity than positivity, and that's what's. But I believe it's gonna take some time because I chose the path of singing positive music. It's going to take a lot of time, a long time, but I'm sure I'm actually going to do something. I'm one day going to have that voice that a lot of people are going to listen to and get inspired and get impacted.
Right. So
Yeah.
what's the Indian music industry like? Because I'm in the U.S. and I'm sure it's different.
So the Indian music industry is more of it's cool. There are a lot of cool artists. They do hip hop too. There are a lot of they're really talented. These guys here are fire, and there are even more talented people here. I think more in the US, like they are fire. But with the music industry in India, they promote more of the Punjabi. This type of Punjabi, the Bollywood music, and it overshadows like this hip hop, rock, R&B. They actually do it here. Some people actually do it here, but it's not much promoted. That's why if you get into just go to YouTube like Indian music, you see more of the Punjabi, the Hindi music up, and why people actually sing in English here. They actually call the sing in English like proper English. You can actually understand what they say, and it's really cool. There are a lot of Indian artists like Deadpan. There are a lot of Indian artists. They're just fire, man. I was sometimes surprised. Why coming to India? I thought I'm just gonna be into this Bollywood stuff, this Punjabi music, this, But with time, I just met a lot of people. I listened to a lot of music, and I just was, wow, these guys are fire, man. They just so cool. I had a collaboration with some Indian artists on my upcoming album, Mind of Jordano, is gonna be out soon, and then I believe with that, a lot of people are gonna see that, wow, there are a lot of artists, Indian artists, who actually do some good music. So
Right. Yeah, that's awesome. So what was that like moving there and then getting involved in all of it?
getting involved in the music industry was a little bit difficult, but I can just say it's God. I can just thank God for that, with some connections, as and as an African, getting into the music industry was somehow weird. It was somehow hard. I can say weird, but hard, because they're not really used to with this type of music, They just have to accept it. I started going to some few shows, some few performances with some engines, while performing, a lot of people actually started accepting the fact that this guy, is having something, is having, he does some good music. So that was how I started getting into the music industry bit by bit. And I can say, I've, in total, I've had like, I can say 20 performance. I've gone to 20 performance in India, across India, and it has been really amazing. The Indian actually love this music. I feel like when they just listen to another type of music, they just feel relieved. They just open and they have a very good public. The Indian people are really amazing, and they like supporting music. They love actually vibing with music. So I believe if your band when they come to India, they're gonna just go crazy. They're gonna vibe on it. They're gonna go like, oh, they love this vibe. They love like getting into the vibe of music, and they really support it too.
Right. I when I look at a lot of the cultures like on the east side of the world, it's like it that people seem much more open and much more fluent and what's the word? Just really into it. Like, just seeing people dance more and just really get into the music. Whereas most of the time, over the US, it's like everyone's just like jumping, or everyone's just like, oh yeah, this is the music. I like the creative expression of the people on the east side of the world when they listen to music,
Okay.
especially in public.
Okay. No, they just I know I it was my first show. I was like surprised. I was like stressed. Like, how are they gonna actually react to my music? They've never listened to this type of music before. How are they gonna? I was just like shocked. Like I was on stage performing, and this motherfuckers like, wow. It was just like, whoa. They, they were so hyped. I was just like surprised. I was just like surprised, and I was like, wow, is this how these guys are really are? And I just discovered that these people actually love music. They love vibing, they love concerts, they love performance, and they actually support the artists. You don't need to be really known. You don't need to be like a mainstream artist for them to like vibe on your music. Once your music is good and you do your best on stage, they're gonna play the rest.
Right. Are you so you I heard you mention God earlier. Are you religious?
Yeah, I'm religious. I'm Christian.
Okay. What
And
did
you?
you did you did you grow up that, or did you kind of develop that over time?
So I just grew up with, I'm from a Christian background, family Christians. So I just grew up with that belief in Jesus, and yeah,
Well, what's your philosophy for a good life?
just doing what you love, and doing it, and like, how can I say, just do what you love, working hard and smart also, and just being disciplined and trying to do right to people, because I believe in karma. If you hurt people, you're gonna be hurt so times two. So just live doing good to people, helping people, and just trying to be you, and just trying to live. That's just what I can say about it. That's just what I'm doing. Do the gym, do exercises, do your best, and that's just it.
Right. That's incredible. Jordano Ice, thanks so much for coming on today.
Ah, bro, that was amazing. Thank you too.
Where can people check out your social media and your music?
Sure, sure, sure. Okay, bro. You can get my music on Spotify, Apple Music, on all musical platforms. I'm on Instagram with the name Jordano Ice. On Facebook, you can get me too, and that's just it.
All right, sounds good. We'll catch you guys in the next one.
Yeah, man. Sure.